Today I'm going to teach you how to do a really cool magic trick. So back here I have all my stuff for the two magic tricks I'm going to teach you how to do. So I have this, it's a magic card sleeve. So we'll get to that in a second, and then these cards. So I think the first trick I'm going to teach you to do is going to be flipping cards. It's a really cool kind of trick. So you'll want to have cards on the carpet or something, like where it's not like all smooth and where you can like slippery almost. Like you don't want to use like a counter kind of table. You want to use carpet so the cards can have good grip. So this might take a little bit of practice, but what you're supposed to do is get the cards and just hold this card, and then you actually just slide it, and you just kind of move your finger along. This will take a lot of practice probably, but you just want to do that. And then you can have just a lot of fun with doing this, and you can just move it along all the time. It's just so much fun. Also, you can actually let it run on its own. So just push it. There it goes. So if you give it a hard push, it'll actually... I want to show you it. Huh? Sometimes it will actually go down all the way. So that's probably the end of that magic trick. But for the second magic trick, I have this magic card sleeve. So you're gonna use this thing. It's just a clear card sleeve. Well, actually, I actually bought it from a website called How to Magic, and it's just howtomagic.com, and you can buy like lots of cool magic tricks like this. So I'm just kind of gonna do the magic trick to you, and then I'm gonna show you how it works. So let's say this was you doing it. So I'll be like, okay, so I want you to take about a fourth of the deck off. So you take about a fourth of the deck and then flip it over, and then you put it back on top. That's the audience doing that, and then the audience has to take half of the deck, flip it over, put it back down, and then you tell them to go down the deck. So you'll go down the deck, and the first face down card is your card. So this is your card. Oh wait, I did something wrong. Hold on. There is a setup to this. Well, I guess I'll kind of... Hold on. This is bad. I forgot to set it up and get it prepared. Okay. So I'm showing you the secret. Okay. So let's try this again now. So you take a fourth of the deck, flip it over, put it back on. About half of the deck, flip it over, put it back on. Then you go down the deck. First face down card is your card, which is, well, I made a mistake again, but let's say that this was the first face down card, which it actually was. I accidentally picked up the wrong one, but it's the 6 of hearts, as you can see. So you put it down on top of the deck, and then the audience has to pick out any card they want. These cards are all face down, so they picked out a random card. It's also the 6 of clubs. So they have to put it on top of their 6 of hearts that is on top of the deck. Then you give it a few cuts, which shuffles the deck. So just maybe 2 or 3 cuts. Any cut will do, just like that. So you'll want to get it all shuffled up. So then you take off the top card right here, which is, well, I'm just not working. Well, so the magic trick failed again. So, but what was supposed to happen was, oh wait. Well, what was supposed to happen was it was supposed to be a special card, a certain card, and then a card that you picked out, and then you put it into here, and it would transform into your other card, and your card would jump into the deck. So I'll show you how to do this trick. I don't know why isn't this working all the time. But so the setup for the deck is pretty much everything in the deck is normal, except for the top of the deck is the Six of Hearts, just on the top of the deck. And then, so you ask them to take about 1/4 of the deck. They take it off, they flip it over, they put it back on. Then they take half of the deck, flip it over, put it back on. And then they go down the deck, find the first face down card, and it's the card that you decided for them to pick, which is the Six of Hearts on the top. You put it on the top, and the first face down card is now the Six of Hearts. So then you fix the deck, you put it back on top, and then you ask them to pick out a random card, which is the Five of Hearts. So I'll put it here on top of the Six of Hearts. Then you give it a few false cuts. Well, you give it a few cuts. So your first cut, what you're going to want to do is, so this right here, the very two top cards are the two cards that they picked out, the Six of Hearts and the Five of Hearts. So you'll put this on top of it, but you'll try to not let it line up with it. So you'll know that is where you know that these are the Six of Hearts, because you're going to try to get them to the top at the end. And so you'll just kind of give it a few cuts, and then you'll try to end up where the top two cards are the cards they picked out, which you'll kind of be able to keep track, hopefully. And then you lift up two cards, and you ask them if this was one of their cards, which they'll say yes if you did everything correctly, the Six of Hearts. So another card is behind it, so you only lifted up two cards. So then you take the magic card sleeve, which I'll show you how this thing works. So right here, you can tap it, and the Six of Hearts will appear, and then tap it on the other side, the Six of Hearts will go away. So the mechanism is really cool on this thing. This is a Six of Hearts, fake though. It has little tiny holes in it. So it like goes behind the squares and then sews up where the squares aren't. So it's really hard to make one of these. So if you try to make one, I don't think you want to. I tried to make one of these a long time ago. It was really hard. So then you take the top card, which they think is the Six of Hearts. Really, it's the other card, the Five of Hearts. You stick it in there. And you make sure that it's not showing the Five of Hearts. You make sure that it's showing the Six of Hearts, the fake one. So then you lift up two cards again, and you're like, okay, so the top card is the King of Hearts, when it's the second card, and then behind it is the Six of Hearts. And then you tell them that you're going to make the Six of Hearts disappear from this, go to the top of the deck, on top of the King of Hearts, and your other card will jump from wherever it is in the deck into the card, which that doesn't happen at all. And so you just give it a little shake, and as you shake it, you just push the side secretly, and it transforms into their card, the Five of Hearts. Then you pull it out, and you show them that it's empty, and then you pull up the other one, and it looks like the Six of Hearts has jumped on top of the King of Hearts, magically. So you can try to practice that at home. I didn't. I actually made up this magic trick, so nobody else knows about it unless they have watched the video. So I think that is it for this video. Thanks for watching.